Yo, what is up, YouTube? It's your boy, Uptempo Gaming, coming back at you after a very long time with another video. And in today's video, we're going to be talking about basically was 2019 a good year for gaming and the effect that 2019 had on gaming overall. I think this year had a very big effect on gaming. Let me explain why, by the way. It's because I feel like there is a shift in the let me close that. There's a shift in the gaming scene as of now, because a lot of companies are starting to see, and I'm gonna talk about this now. Sorry about that. So, like I was saying though, we're starting to see like a major shift in gaming, as in companies are starting to see now that, unlike the last couple years where the gaming scene has been dominated by multiplayer games, especially games as a service. That because companies thought that was the only way nowadays to make very good profit, and that's changed now. Because this year, single player games dominated the scene this year, in my opinion, and multiplayer games actually flopped. If I'm being completely honest, flopped extremely bad. Like, when I say multiplayer game, I'm talking about purely multiplayer. And for a big part, a lot of these games didn't live up to the hype or lost a lot of momentum very quickly. Things like, let's start with the single player game, because like I said, these are the games. I'm not gonna go too in depth with every single player game. I'm just gonna come up and see the big hits of this year and talk about like the effect that they had. Control, very good game, highly rated. Like a lot of these games here, highly rated games that people enjoyed. Obviously there's flops within these two, don't get me wrong, there's flops within every genre of gaming every single year, but the multiplayer scene I feel like had the biggest flops and the biggest mess ups, especially this right here. We're going to talk about this, very big. Of course, Resident Evil 2, Capcom made a lot of money with this, and Devil May Cry 5. This actually put, in my opinion, Capcom back on the map and got them their momentum back that they had years and years ago, that basically built the company. The company is built on previous hype. That's what Capcom's built on, fighting games and previous hype, because they haven't generated any hype like they have this year with Resident Evil 2. The hype for Resident Evil 3 remake is is in the sky right now. Outer Worlds, I didn't really like the game, but obviously the game isn't bad. It's actually alright. It plays like Fallout, which makes sense. It's made by the same people who made Vegas. Kingdom Hearts 3, obviously another amazing game. Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order. I played most of the game, by the way, so I know how good or bad most of these games are, especially the big ones. But Jedi Fallen Order, this right here, if you didn't know, let me put this in context. EA hasn't come out with a single player Star Wars game, or there hasn't been a single player Star Wars game in probably like I think a decade or something. This game comes out and absolutely destroys in terms of sales. It goes bonkers. This right here shows EA. This is a sign like, holy shit, we could put out single player games and these shits are gonna sell. They're gonna sell not just good but amazing. It was the same thing with Sekiro. This showed Activision, because this was supported by Activision, by the way. They're the publisher that released this game, and this shows Activision. Holy shit, single player games are back on the map. Death Stranding, Metro Exodus, like I said, Devil May Cry 5, Days Gone. The Surge 2 was actually pretty good. A Plague Tale, good. Code Vein, good. Remnant, actually pretty good. Even though this is centered around co-op, it's still mostly single player. The game is centered around being able to play single player. Even this game, Tabs, Totally Accurate Battle Simulator, actually a very good game. I liked it. Crackdown, garbage though. This game is absolutely horrendous. But like I was saying, even Untitled Goose Game, people enjoy this game. It was like, you just look at the single player games of this year, and they're absolute bangers. This shows, unlike previous years where single player games were falling off the map, you'll barely see them. All you were seeing were games of service. This shows that the gaming companies, that it's viable. We can put out single player games and they will sell if they're good enough. If they generate enough hype, if they put the same marketing that they've put in their multiplayer games into their single player games, it shows that, holy shit, this shit can sell. Alright, so we're going to move away from the single player games. I feel like they had the greatest impact in 2019. And I'm going to give my overall opinion of the whole year at the end of the video. But if you guys do enjoy, make sure to leave a like, subscribe. I'm going to be posting every day from now on. I know I haven't been posting for the last couple months. I've been very busy, but I have time now. So I'm going to be posting every single day. Alright, let's move on to sports games. I feel like this has been very bad. Sports games have never been very good, but this year was exceptionally bad for sporting games. The games that they released have been horrible, especially the big ones, WWE, FIFA, 2K, those type of games, horrendous. They released them in such a horrible state that I don't even know what the fuck they were thinking. These games flopped beyond belief. NHL, terrible. As you can see, the user rating, Metacritic, they always give a higher score. They're shills. So, but the user score, as you can see, 3.9. User score for 2K, 1.4. FIFA, 0.8. WWE, 0.9. VR ping pong. These games, horrible. Like, you see on Xbox One, FIFA 2020, 0.9. PS4, 1.1. NBA 2K20, 0.9. You see this, like, the gaming scene in terms of sports games needs to change. They need to do something. They need to come out the gates with some hot fire, or people are just going to get tired of it and not buy any of their games anymore. Obviously, there's always going to be dedicated fans. There's always stuff like that for 2K, WWE. But just going to show them that people are going to stop buying these games if they don't step up and actually try to release a good, well-crafted game. Alright? So we're going to move on to the big ones. I think 2019 for multiplayer games was not very good. It was like half and half. More leaning towards the bad side, and most of these games didn't survive. They flopped and they didn't do very good. In particular, I think Anthem. This was the biggest flop, I think, possibly of this decade, because this game had a lot of momentum. They marketed this game like crazy. Comes out absolutely horrendous. The worst looter shooter I've ever played in my life. Guaranteed. That it isn't even close. But I'm going to talk about only the big games, because I don't feel like fighting games are as big as sports games, single player games, and multiplayer games. So I'm not going to even talk about those. But Anthem, horrible. Apex Legends, it was good. It built a lot of momentum on the first release within the first month. The game really died down now. It's not as popular, anywhere near as popular as when it first came out. Mordu, really good game. I actually like this game. Division 2, flop. Modern Warfare, this game, honestly, it sold good, but if you've played Modern Warfare and you're actually an experienced Call of Duty player, this game isn't very good at all. And the amount of backlash it receives, and a lot of people don't like this game. I don't know if that's just the quote-unquote vocal minority. But if nobody but the people who say the game is bad talks, how are you supposed to know if anybody thinks it's good? You understand me? Gears 5, flop, honestly. Not very good. A lot of people actually don't like this game. World War Z, the game's good. I think it's fun. I think it's like Left 4 Dead, just not as good. And I think the single player is alright. and the multiplayer is alright. Overall, it's just an alright game. Nothing too crazy. Call of Duty Mobile, a pretty good mobile game. Borderlands 3, I like and dislike Borderlands simply because it was like the game gives you too many chores. It was you had to go over here, then over there, then over there. It was like one mission was just one huge chore. I didn't enjoy that. Remnant, I actually liked this game. It was very good. I think the bosses were fun. I think this was a fun game. This was a very fun game. I had a very good time. Pokemon Sword and Shield, obviously. For a game that was, very anticipated, it actually didn't sell as good as people thought it was gonna sell. Star Wars: The Fallen Order actually sold better than this. Mortal Kombat. I'm sorry for saying so much. It's just I'm trying to catch my thought here and not stay silent for too long. I think Mortal Kombat 11 looks beautiful. The sounds are good. Everything's good about the game, except for the gameplay. I think the gameplay is very boring. And this is coming from an experienced Mortal Kombat player. I've played all the Mortal Kombats. I used to go to tournaments when I was younger. I used to play in arcades and stuff. So, I just think from a gameplay standpoint, it isn't very entertaining. Crackdown 3, like I said, terrible. Destiny 2 actually made a crazy comeback, so they're doing pretty good now. And that's about it. Oh, Monster Hunter. Monster Hunter World Iceborne. This specific DLC, extremely good. I only hear good things about it. People are enjoying it very much. Ghost Recon Breakpoint, flop. Alright, so that's it, guys. I'm going to give you my overall opinion of 2019. I feel like 2019 changed the way companies are viewing single-player games once again. And that's a very good thing. That means we're going to get more in the future. I just hope they don't overload us with single-player games. That's what they did before. They started overloading, and people weren't coming up with good ideas anymore. And then they switched over to multiplayer games because they thought that instead of coming up with good ideas, that it just wasn't working, which is not true. Sports games need to make some sort of overhaul of the way that the games are structured in some sort of way and produce better sports games. But overall, I'm looking forward to 2020 gaming. I'm looking forward to what's there to offer. Final Fantasy, the remake. Resident Evil 3, the remake. I'm just really looking forward to it, guys. I think it was a good year. I think it made me hype for the next year of gaming. And if they keep up this momentum, gaming won't be too bad in the future. I feel like gaming has been falling off for the last couple of years. It's been getting real boring. But I feel like this has got me revitalized and hyped for the next games coming out in the future. Alright, guys. It's your boy, Uptempo Gaming. Like I said, if you enjoyed the video, if you agree with the things I said, if you disagree, let me know in the comment section down below what you thought of this year of gaming, and are you looking forward to it in the future. And I told you I'm going to upload from every day from now on, and I'm going to catch you guys. Have a great day, night, whatever time it is, and I'm going to catch you.